Keweenaw Peninsula, just vast emptiness.
This is what the locals are. This is the real deal.
What a find. First came the land, then came the buildings. Oh, I gotta meet this guy.
Oh, then the door's open.
That bridge goes down, the whole peninsula up here is cut off.
Yeah, unless there's snow on the ground and we go by snowmobile.
No reception.
I thank God that I grew up in a block of time and space that was like the last of open country.
There it is, like an ocean. This place is just living and breathing old world. You're the first Finnish Amish man I've ever met. Oldest indoor rink in America. It's its own world up here. Good morning, guys. Today we have an epic road trip ahead of us, starting by crossing this bridge, which separates the very northern part of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan from the rest of the country. We're gonna get as far north as we can get, but I've been told not just a physical separation, it's a separation of culture. The accents are thicker, the town's more mysterious, the nature very wild. We'll get on the road here, talk to as many locals as we can, get a better understanding of what this fascinating part of the country is like. Let's do this. All right, guys, so this is the Portage Lake Lift Bridge. Now, Superior is on both sides of this. So the whole thing lifts up, I guess, when a big ship comes through. And if this goes down, well, nobody's getting off this northern part of the Keweenaw Peninsula. But look at this already. I mean, it's at a synagogue over there. And out here, it's known as Copper Country. And that's because copper was the main industry that brought in all the immigrants, made all the riches. And well, you can see right over the bridge, we have some of these old mansions. The managers, the higher ups, those making money from the copper industry. It kicked off in 1840. It brought a lot of Europeans here. Cornish, Italian, Irish, Scots, Eastern Europeans, and then Finns. And so we have quite a long road ahead of us today. We're gonna stop to see the lake first. I'm gonna put a map somewhere here on the screen. Then we're going to a town called Calumet that I've been told is really interesting, and end up all the way in the far north in Copper Harbor. And here's an old copper mine that employed the people that came and built this place. Took all the risks to go across the sea with zero guarantee. And this was brutal work out in these parts, in the mines. Look at this beauty. Lake Superior. Temperature just dropped about 7 degrees from a few miles inland. And there it is, like an ocean. Bit of chill in the air. And Lake Superior holds more water than all the other Great Lakes combined. Now, if this is tourist season, you can see how much activity is in these parts. There's beautiful red rocks in here. Cold water year round. And I had no idea how cool the Great Lakes region is. Spent very little time in this part of the country, and it is a beautiful discovery. There's a little haze out there. Actually, it's smoke coming from Canadian fires. And I was told in town where I was staying that that happens a lot in the summer, or depending on the summer. But the fires are far north in Canada. There's just no population up there. And they don't have the resources or really no people around to put them out. That's what I was told, because they're so massive. And when you look at a map and press Google Street View, see the blue lines. Once you go 100 miles north of US-Canadian border, there's nothing up there for the most part. A few cities, but for the most part, it is rural. Look at this place. This is awesome. This is old world. Yeah, just a few minutes ago, it felt like a combo of Alaska and Northern Californian coast with the lake effect, the ocean in California cooling things down. And now this feels like, it's different, but something out of the Mon Valley in Pennsylvania with all these old buildings. It looks in pretty good shape, actually. What a find. This is a place in transition, that's for sure. Empty storefronts. We have sauna stoves, fitting for the area. Church bells. You can see the Upper Peninsula on the flag. Definitely feels like a world of its own. Let's see if we get in here. That's not happening. I don't think the camera's gonna get it. But that is beautiful, guys. Trust me on that one. My dad said, never trust anyone that says, trust me. So I'm breaking his rules, but that is beautiful. St. Paul the Apostle Church, Roman Catholic Church, established 1889. Slovenian immigrants who came to this area to work in the mines of Copper Country. Completed at a cost of $100,000 in 1908. Built of locally quarried Jacobsville sandstone. The structure displays cathedral-type stained glass windows from the Ford Brothers Glass Studio of Minneapolis. Oak Street Inn over there. Doesn't look like it's operating. An old depot. And it's like time just froze in these back streets here. Some of this stuff is vacant. You know, when an industry like mining runs out, so do the people. They run out of town too. You do see some of this happening though. Some love being put back into town, some energy. But look at these streets. Actually hear these streets. It's like a place you have to whisper. And we're gonna find out more details on the history here. You know, a lot of my work is walking around, talking to people, and I've talked to a few people, but nobody wants to be on camera, really. They're a bit more reserved up this far. I'm gonna keep walking and trying to learn more. Oh, there are so many churches in this town, everywhere you look. And what not better a place to find an old buzzard than the Elks Club. Okay, are you selling this book?
Yeah, and I'm my husband.
Ken Bracco?
Yeah.
Italian guy?
Yeah.
So Italian heritage here?
Oh yes. Started the bakery.
I can call your husband.
Call my husband and
He'll talk about the town.
yeah.
I'll buy the book.
13.
13, all right. Selling books. Keep the change.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, let me give him a call. Hello, Ken. Your wife, Beverly, just gave me your number. I'm here to learn about the history of your beautiful town. I just bought a book, and she said, give you a call. You're home. You might want to talk. I'll be here for a short time. My name's Peter. Give me a call. Thank you. All right. So, bread and belonging. The vision of Bernardo Bracco. First came the land, then came the buildings. Oh, I gotta meet this guy. Look at this. Bracco Store and Bakery. So in this part of the country, like a lot of parts of the country, families have been here for many generations. There are people like me in the country, or many of you, that move around for work and opportunities and don't live where they grew up. But there's also the other, right? I'd say with my high school, I don't know, half the people left, half stayed. And I do think it's very cool when people have those multi-generational ties to a town, to the land. That's where the stories are. Oh, here's Ken. I'm just walking around downtown with your book. Could I just stop by and ask you a few questions? Would that be all right?
Yeah, you can do that. I've never met you, have I?
No, you haven't, no.
That sounds pretty good to me.
All right. Ken, I'm on my way. I'll be over there soon.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, that is cool. Like so many of my videos, you guys, I could come into a town like this and it totally falls on its face. Like I can't talk to anyone. No one really opens up, which has sort of been what's happened here so far. And then something opens up, you take the lead, and you find yourself at Ken's place talking about the old world. In the streets of Calumet, more quiet than cars. And look at this beauty. Nice gardens, good color combo. And in the fall time, these trees, I'm sure you get orange and red and purple right before it goes brown for what, 8 months. These old street posts poking through the tree there. These grand features, big porches, columns. That's interesting. And these carvings, totems. Well, it's been quite a walk to get to Kenneth's place. I'm sure it's worth it. Should be, oh, there we go. I see the flag.
Come on in, the door's open.
All right, Kenneth.
Come on in, come on in.
Okay, Team Italy. My
Team
last name
Italy.
is Santenello.
Santenello.
Yeah.
From what area are you from?
Okay, from Napoli and Avellino
Napoli
and Bagheria, Sicily.
Okie dokie. Well, come on in.
Thank you, Kenneth.
I can't wait you to meet my partner here.
All right.
I'm Karen.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
Karen.
meeting you.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
Great. So Karen helped you write this book.
100%.
100%.
110%.
Are you okay with being on camera, Karen?
Not really, but.
Not really. I don't have to put
Okay.
the camera on you. That's fine.
She put together regarding Buffalo Bill. Because he was in 1902.
1902. He came twice.
Oh, he came twice here.
He came twice.
Twice.
What for?
To put on a show.
Put on a show.
So you two are just prolific with making books these
Yeah.
days, huh?
Yeah,
This
we
is-
published these.
this
These
is
are all taken by my uncle. Growing up here was great. You had the German church, the French church, the Austrian church, the Italian church. 5 churches. We called them by the ethnic name.
Okay, was there a big divide with the ethnicities, or you all went to your own churches, but you all hung together outside of church?
More or less, but there was, when you get to where the blood runs deep and through and all the way through the body, there was prejudice and there was animosity.
Who was it the worst between?
Probably the mine owners and the managers and the workers.
Yes.
Okay, so it was
yes.
a class divide, not
right.
an
It's a
ethnic
class.
divide.
It's a class divide more than
Class
an ethnic.
distinction, yeah.
If you haven't heard of the Italian Hall disaster, just before World War I, 1913, during the strikes up here, there was a union organized Christmas party at the Italian Hall. Somebody who they've never been able to identify yelled fire. And these children and their parents went running down the steps on the second floor down to the exit.
Okay.
And they got crushed. And what was it,
73.
73
Oh, wow.
people were killed, mostly children. And so that has an infamous reputation on top of the fact it was the third Italian hall.
Yeah.
First two
That
burned
was
down.
the third Italian hall.
Blew down, burned down, and it was the third one.
This is
Okay.
the third building.
But part of the problem is most of these people, when they came here to work, they didn't speak English. So they tended to group together because they could communicate among themselves. And that's why the Brockville Bakery was important, because the Italians went there because
Right.
all of Ken's aunts and uncles spoke Italian.
And it's a survival mechanism, obviously. And then the next generation, they all Americanized to some
It
degree.
starts thinning out.
Depending on the family, but most of them, like in my Italian roots, it's like, get rid of the language, you're American now. Don't look back. We left
right.
something terrible.
That's
We're in
right.
America now, look
And
forward.
that's what your aunts told you as a child.
When I was a little kid, I lived in a stone building next to the Brockville Bakery.
This
in
one right here?
Brockville
Yes.
Store. All these Italian guys and women coming in the store. They're all talking Italian. So I go to Auntie Josephine, Auntie Christina, Auntie Mary, Auntie Lena. Why don't you teach me how to speak that funny language? The answer was, you can barely speak English in the proper way. Never mind about speaking Italian. You go to school and you learn to speak the right way, to speak English. That's what I was told. But I repelled, because right up here, my family home is just up the street, sitting in those maple trees there. Right over here, the house is long gone. There was a Finnish family, the Sadio family. They had 6 kids. When I'd go over there, they didn't want to hear me what they're saying to one another. They speak Finnish. So I started learning how to speak Finnish.
Oh, really?
I couldn't speak Italian. They taught me coffee, bread is leva, milk is maitoa.
Because you wanted to be friends with them.
Little Finnish, 2-3 words.
So it was very much alive back when the mines were operating, thriving.
Ice cream in 23 places. You could buy gas in 22 or 23 gas stations, and you had an equal number of bars, about 22 or 23 bars. Okay. And this is not in the surrounding area. This is in the incorporated village limits of Calumet, and Calumet is it's not even a mile long and barely a half a mile wide.
Does it make you sad it's not like that anymore?
Well...
Or life goes on, that's how it is?
Life goes on, and this area is evolving and developing. I think it's going to be, well, maybe I shouldn't say this, but a millionaire's playground.
You think so?
A friend of mine flew for the DNR, Neil Harry, he's the Bush pilot, and he flew for the DNR, and Neil took me up 2 years ago. He buzzed my home here, right here, went out to the lake, zigzagged the shoreline, and came back. But what I've seen is more than the average person can see. I seen development. The tops of homes that Neil pointed out to me. These people are building trophy homes.
Really?
It's private. You can't get in there. It's signed. Private property. Do not enter. You drive in there and wow. It's nothing like it was when I grew up. All this land was all owned by the Calumet Mining Company. And since that time, it's been chopped up and cut up, and between the Michigan Nature Association, the Nature Conservancy, and a lot of other smaller entities that are buying up little clusters of property.
Okay.
You see?
So how did the locals like you feel about that?
Not good.
Okay.
I got one comment to make about that. And then I thank God, I feel fortunate that I grew up in a block of time and space that was like, quote, the last of the Mohicans, the last of open country.
Oh, that was so cool. And did you guys see when I showed up at the door and he said, come on in? That's the way it is up here. A lot of trust, small town, everyone knows everyone. But that's a beautiful, special thing. It's gone away in some areas where that level of trust isn't there. But in some areas, it still stands. And so when people say, America's like this, America's like that, well, totally depends where you are. And until you get on the ground at a granular level, the scale, one mind can't fully comprehend. Even though I make my living out of doing this work and being on the road, roughly 1/3 of the year I'm on the road traveling, still discovering many years later, this part of the country I knew absolutely nothing about. And these stories are special. Here we are, the old Italian Hall site. By December 1913, thousands of area copper miners had been on strike for 5 months. They were fighting for union recognition, safer working conditions, shorter workdays, and better pay. On Christmas Eve, hundreds gathered on the second floor of the Italian Hall. As the children filed to the stage to receive presents, someone yelled, "Fire!" People panicked and rushed toward the exit. There was no fire. Many were trampled on the stairs. Officially, 73 people died. More than half were children under 10. Despite a congressional hearing and a coroner's inquest, the person who yelled fire was never identified. So, like Ken and Karen were saying, there were the ethnic divides, but a lot of it was socioeconomic. And so someone was trying to shut down the miners here and their unions and their voice and start some chaos. And that's what they did in the town. And then you get the groups going at each other, which, well, the authorities could use to their advantage, I'm sure. We have an old theater. Will call box office.
It's gorgeous.
I can't go on the stage.
Correct.
Don't worry about that.
There's no railings and we don't want anybody to fall off, so.
You got these little box seats over here. Thank you.
You're welcome. If you have any questions, holler at me.
All right. Are you still having plays and performances here?
We take care of the schools. We have Calumet Players across the street, which do a play in the spring and a musical in the fall.
Okay.
They're doing Oliver this year in October. And summer concert series is local talents on Wednesdays.
That's great. And 3 tiers.
Yes.
That chandelier up there. Okay, brief history. The village of Red Jacket was settled. I guess this was called Red Jacket before. So at the time, roughly 30,000 people lived within walking distance. So this town was pretty packed. Tickets on opening night sold for $4, which is $140 in today's currency. And $2.50, $90 for seats in the second balcony. Okay, so let's just say 140 here, $90 up there. So not a cheap event. Okay, there was a big fire here in 1918, contained by a fire curtain, but smoke and heat destroyed the paintings we see above. They were not replaced until 1999. The heat also melted the chandelier above. It was said to be made of copper coated in gunmetal with over 50 lights that look like an upside down dandelion gone to seed. Interesting description. This remains one of the few hemp houses left in the country. This means that except for our first 2 rows of electric lights, all other lights, curtains, and scenery are raised and lowered with ropes and counterbalanced with sandbags. This place is just living and breathing old world. How you doing? How you guys?
How you doing?
Doing well. Is it cool if I record this?
Yeah, we could record you on it and show it working.
Oh, there we go.
Get on there. Help them wind it up.
That's cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Barber shop, open. This is an old school barber shop in town.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, we don't have many, and it's hard to find a good one.
Do you live here?
I do. I live in Loring, right across the highway.
Okay, this is an amazing place.
It is. Yeah, I'm not from here originally. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia Beach.
No way.
My mom and dad, or my dad's retired military from here.
Okay.
He retired, came back, and I've got 2 daughters, and I was like, you know what? I was working in the shipyard there, and I said, heck with it, and I came up. It's safe, you know, and houses are cheap. But it's a good place to be. People are friendly.
So the winters don't knock you off?
I tried. I got a snowmobile when I first got here, and I did that, and I don't know, man. I'm not a winter sport person. I like the summer.
Yeah.
Being I grew up down south, it's just,
yeah.
I like stuff on concrete, but yeah, it does. The end gets really depressing. I mean, it's just, as long as you're aware, you'll be all right. But
The end, as in the end of winter?
the end of winter gets rough. Yeah.
Like March?
Yeah. Yep. What would you say, March and what?
Or May.
In May. Yeah.
May or June?
Yep.
Jeez.
It is rough, man.
All right.
Summertime makes it all worth it, though. I mean, summers up here, you're just not going to find a place where you get the full effect of every season. They might be short, but they're really good.
Right.
So this right here, Calumet, this is where the locals are. This is where the people that are ingrained and their families from here.
Okay.
This is the real deal. When you get up to the harbor, you get people that are out-of-staters that bought expensive houses, and
Oh, okay.
it's even during COVID, they actually were like trying to keep, you know, people out of it. Even if you're a local, they didn't want you in their stores. They didn't want you. They had it locked down up there.
Whose stores?
There's a grocery store up there in Harbor. They were kind of funny about it. If you didn't look familiar, they knew you didn't live around there, and they weren't happy to see it. You know, yeah. It did get goofy up here because we weren't affected by COVID at all. I mean, we were no mask. We weren't in the red. Then people, you know, other places saw us on the map not in the red, so they're like, hey, let's go up there.
Oh, okay.
That put us in the red. Then we had to start wearing masks, but then the out-of-towners saw how cheap things were up here, so they started buying all the waterfront property, and it just kind of, things have gotten really expensive since COVID.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, up here even.
That sent a huge ripple effect through the area.
Okay, so even in town here, real estate's gone up?
Oh yeah, big time.
Massively.
Yep.
Double.
Yep.
So people are buying these old places, fixing them up?
Yeah, I mean, I moved up, I bought my house for $17,000 right across the street.
17?
Yep, $17,000. Right across the street from my parents.
Do you empty your piggy bank and just buy the house?
Oh yeah, I bought it outright. Yeah, yeah, I bought it outright, and it was a killer deal. And but then I mean,
Those deals don't exist
no,
anymore.
couldn't touch the house. The condition it was in, you couldn't touch it for less than 120 now. No, it's crazy.
In just a couple years.
Yeah.
Would you throw in my eyebrows too? I got thick eyebrows.
I'm a barber, man. We do eyebrows.
You do it all. All right.
Two nose hair.
You do nose hair.
He gets it, man.
That's a good service you're providing to society. And before leaving town, just have to pay respect to the hockey gods, the Upper Peninsula. It's such an important thing here. And I just want to show their rink.
All right, sounds good.
What's up, you guys?
Hey.
Rink all closed. No ice in the summer, huh?
No.
Nice rink.
Yeah.
Best around.
Best around. Those are fighting words. How you guys doing?
Right up there, if you want to, up on the top.
Oh, this is a nice one.
Oldest indoor rink in America.
Oldest indoor rink in America. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you walk right by it.
All right. Oldest indoor ice arena in North America.
Yeah, right there.
See you guys. You too. Thank you. Locals are so awesome here. Just think in the winter when it's just brutally cold out here, gray skies, freezing, everyone comes in here, gets the game going, gets the music playing and the beer flowing. I'm sure it's a good time. Keep wanting to leave this town, almost impossible. Check out this plow over here. Clearing the way. The Calumet and Hecla Mining Company couldn't allow winter to derail its operation in a remote region that can receive upwards of 300 inches of snow each year. Snow removal was serious business. So they brought out a plow like this. Look at that thing. What's up, guys?
What's up?
What's going on? You do wheelies on those bikes?
Yeah. I can only do a little one.
Who can do a wheelie? Let me see a wheelie.
I can.
Let me see it, buddy.
I can, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see one. Oh, great. Is this for YouTube?
Yeah. Is that cool?
Hey, what's your YouTube channel?
Peter Santenello.
Peter Santenello?
I have 40 subscribers. You want to subscribe?
Yeah.
Sub it. Let's see it.
Hey,
Really?
yo, subscribe. I bet. I've been actually watching you before.
You watch me?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
I watched you too. Like a
When I get home,
Thanks.
I'm gonna
I got subscribers that are like 90, 95 years old, and you guys are the youngest. So thank you.
You're
I'll do one more
welcome.
wheelie.
I'll subscribe
One more wheelie.
this weekend when I'm at my dad's.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'll subscribe when I get home.
Cool. Appreciate it, guys.
Bye.
One more wheelie. There we go. Yeah. Giving it. Yeah, there you go. They're your best one.
You all ready?
God, what a cool town. It's great seeing kids out and about on the bikes. Good parenting going on. Letting your kids get out there, hanging out with each other, exploring, being creative. It's the best thing to see. Oh, wow. Well, this place is unbelievable. Okay, last stop. Wow, look at this place. Look at these places. There are two of them. I don't know what metal that roof is, but the edges look to be copper. Look at these mansions tucked in the trees. This one is massive. How you doing, sir?
Good.
You have so many cool homes in this town.
If you'd like to get a better view of the manor, just feel free to get yourself up there.
Oh, on your railing?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
I'm making a video.
I see.
Yeah, okay. Appreciate it.
Yeah, be careful, but
So this is a famous mansion.
this is the Loria Manor. You have to go there and hear it for yourself. It's amazing. It's truly historic and captivating.
Oh, and you have a Finnish flag.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
I'm double-ish. I'm Finnish and then Amish, so.
Finnish Amish?
Well, my dad had Amish family in the history, and we still have family that are in Arcola. We wish to reconnect with them someday, but I've never met them in person. But
Well, can I
I'd
shake
like to
your
say
hand?
that I'm double-ish.
You're the first Finnish Amish man I've ever met.
Oh yeah. Hey. But that's the Copper Baron made it for his wife in secret. Nobody knew who was building the house, and it was constructed, and then he presented it to her. It was done like to the finest quality. There were Tiffany fireplaces, Tiffany chandeliers. There was like almost no expense spared as far as making it as elegant and extraordinary as possible. And you could see in the structure like how beautiful it is. It's like the best thing I ever wake up to every day.
All right, let's check it out. The town that won't let us go. Built in 1908, Thomas H. Oatson House. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I was walking down the street and the gentleman across the street said I had to come here. If I miss this, I'm missing out in life.
Well, our tour time just ended.
Okay.
It's from noon to 3.
Do you mind? I'm making a video of the Keweenaw. If I just run through here in like 30 seconds, just to show a little bit of it.
If you'd be really quiet.
Okay. Okay. But it's gonna be a video. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Doing good.
Are we checking in? Or just coming back?
Keweenaw Heritage Site.
Having a good day so far? Not too bad, are you?
Oh, look at the hotel now. That's what it is. It's a hotel. Whoa, what a cool place. I'd love to stay here. This is so awesome. What a beautiful home. All right, guys, real quick. And it keeps going up.
Because I don't mind it, I've heard it a million times.
So this is a hotel then?
Yep, it's a bed and breakfast.
Okay.
It was built for this guy's wife. He came here for copper mining. Shortly after they died, more and more people got it, and then as popularity grew, people would come in here and just gut the house, sell everything they could.
Okay.
And then Dave and Julie came here a lot of years ago and were like, we want to come back and buy it. And after they graduated from tech, they started flipping houses down in Florida, and then they came back here when it was back for sale, and they bought it and fixed it back up.
And now you rent out the rooms?
Yep.
Awesome.
We have this house, we have another house across the street, 2
Okay.
carriage houses, and that yellow house.
Awesome. Thanks for letting me in.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. All right, there you go. If you want to tie in the old world experience of this town with a step back in time with your stay, this is it. All right, I swear, this time we're leaving town. Not stopping. No more stops. We got a long way to go. Look at this. They are so proud of their snow here. Here we go. 54-year average, 240 inches, record 390. Last year was way up there, but it's not like it's piled this high on the side of the road. It's cumulative over the course of a season. 390. That's like what, an average winter in Lake Tahoe. But look, east of the Mississippi, it's got to be the biggest snowfall, right? General store since 1873.
Right.
Oh, cool.
There was actually 5 of these.
5 of them.
They belonged to the Petermans, and they were scattered all over. They were on grocery, they were the post office, they were everything.
So it was like one of the picks and shovels businesses for the mining.
And then once the mines closed, all them other ones, I don't know what happened to them in other areas.
Do you know where I could get a pasty? I'm going lakeside up here.
Not up here, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were so popular.
If you get to Copper Harbor, see if they got anything in the Gaslight store.
In the gas stations?
In the Gaslight store.
Okay.
There's a store that's called the Jenny.
The Jenny. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Take care. Let's check this church out. Just right across the street, the Phoenix Church. This town's named Phoenix. There's the store and the church. Phoenix, a once bustling mining town. Though it shares a name with the legendary symbol of immortality, the town of Phoenix was unable to rise again after the mine closed here in the late 1930s. The population of Phoenix had always risen and fallen with the fortunes of the Phoenix Mining Company. It reached a peak of nearly 1,000 residents in the late 1800s when mining was full swing, but had dropped to about 100 by 1893 thanks to a slumping copper market. Heart of the community. I guess this was a public school right here. It's in good shape. It says it's open. Oh, but you can't go in. It's in its original state, it looks like. All right, let's give a little donation. I got a 20. Let's do that. So much history up here. This is weeks of discovery, really, guys. I'm trying to show you as much as I can today. Just covering ground. But if you wanted to post up here for a few weeks, easily there'd be plenty to discover. Historical gem after gem after gem. And we still got a long way to go. So looks like our last stop is our best hope for a pasty. Now I've had one pasty, and the pasty is all about convenience food. It was like the hot pocket of the day, but I've only had one. The dessert one was bomb. The dessert one was like, wow. Okay, we're getting close to the lake again. This town is Eagle River. Okay, I'll give you the history without looking at it. Settlers first came here in the early 1800s, maybe the 1840s, when copper was found. We have all the groups of European immigrants that followed. A ton of copper was taken out of this earth, went dry, or closed down, and the people left. But I could have it wrong. It's got more of a shipping Obviously a shipping story, I bet, because we're on the lake now.
Original fabric? The seats are, yes. That's original, yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I got it at 13,000 miles. That's all I have.
13,000?
Only it was in kilometers, obviously. But yeah.
You don't see many like this.
I know.
Fully original.
Yeah. So this was a gift from my husband when I was mobilized to Germany when I got home. I got home on Christmas Day, and this is my gift.
He gave you this. I went over, that's where I started today.
Okay, that's where the bridge is.
Yep.
And Michigan Tech is over here.
Yep.
Okay, so this always was a river, but they dredged it and put the bridge over it so that the ore ships coming from Duluth could go straight through this canal instead of going around, because the lake is so treacherous that these ships were sinking. Edmund Fitzgerald is one of them. Yeah. So anyway, so they go through this lake, and I live up in this area, well, like up in this area. So actually had the big ships come up and park in front of my yard.
So is that still the story? Ships going through there?
Yeah. Oh, they still go through there, yeah.
And that bridge lifts up?
It's a lift bridge, yeah.
It's a lift bridge. And if that bridge goes down, I was reading, the whole peninsula up here is cut off.
Yeah. Unless there's snow on the ground and we can go by snowmobile.
Does it? All right.
It freezes.
It does freeze. Yeah. Okay. So summertime, it would be a summertime thing.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I'm just making a video on the whole region. It's really beautiful.
It is.
Special part of the country, I'd say.
It is beautiful, yeah.
It's totally different than Lower Michigan. Yeah. Different feel.
Oh, yeah. And the people, the people up here are so nice, and they're just, like when I left home, it was safe, and it's still safe. It's just a safe area. It's people watch out for each other, and sometimes it's irritating because you say your neighbors know everything that you do, but in a way it can be kind of comforting too.
The Jam Lady. People's Choice Award. Got some stones here. Some metal. We're open 24/7. We accept cash, check, Venmo. Hand coffee can behind you. This is an interesting place. Jams, syrup. It's a pretty cool business idea. Just put your product out, leave cash. Well, there's a camera right there. And don't even worry about showing up. That looks good. There we go. It's a first. I've seen like maple syrup operations in New York State, but nothing like this. So I've had the camera off for quite a bit of this drive just because it's a lot of this on repetition. Beautiful, but nothing really new. Some nice vistas of the lake from time to time. And as you can see, T-Mobile gave up a long time ago. No reception, mailbox here and there. And I'm sure there's some epic homes out here on the lakefront. Down little driveways like that. I'm sure there's some gems. They're just private, you just can't drive down those driveways. Got to a beautiful high point here, looking into the interior of the peninsula, and then out to Superior, which goes out forever and wraps its way up around the northern side. And this is a bit of a tourist zone. You can see people want to come here, obviously, to see it all. So the peninsula, we're almost to the tip of it. Copper Harbor. Look at these cliff drops. It's the first time I've seen big elevation up here or anything like this. And it's just vast emptiness for quite some time. Our last stop, Copper Harbor. Totally different type of town here and feel from Calumet. Obviously, this is tourist summer town. That's the initial vibe. Cabins for rent over there. Kids on mountain bikes. It's just a relaxed little zone out here. Some old log cabin structures. That's cool. Look at that. The snowshoes. Motorcycle. What a cool zone that is. So the locals that tough it out year round, I'm sure they're pretty hardy out here in these parts. That's a funky town. It's got to be the world's smallest hotel sign. It's a few feet long. And look at these little cabins. The beginning of US 41. Look at that, all the way at the top here. Down, 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 down to Miami. Early Indian footpaths became the trails for explorers, missionaries, and fur traders who came to carve out homes in Michigan's wilderness. The early settlers began to widen and improve these trails, which became the majority of Michigan's primary road system. US 41 starts its southbound journey here, crossing 8 states, which include Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Georgia, and ending in Miami, a distance of 1,990 miles. Look how clear Superior is. Super clean. Got an old log cabin here. See if we can see a little deeper. So my quest for pasties continues. Jenny didn't have any. One last chance here at the gas station. So you're the boss. He said you're the boss. He said you might have 2 pasties left. I've been looking all day for one.
These are salty.
They're salty?
Make you a pasty.
You'll make me one?
I'll be here tomorrow.
I'm leaving tonight. I'm leaving in like 30 minutes. Does he have the 2?
I feel like they're salty.
I'm okay with salt.
Just letting you know. Yeah, there's 2.
There's 2. Nice.
These are from Crystal Falls though, so don't judge us Ubers based on.
Where's Crystal Falls?
3 hours east
Okay.
and south.
It's still it's still Uper though, right?
You want an excellent pasty, stop at the Mohawk. It's the Super Ed and Mohawk on the way back through. Those people cook all day long.
That's heavy.
It's a pound.
That's a pound. Ron doesn't want to be on camera, but he said he wants to sell his store.
He's been saying he wants to sell since he bought it though.
But Ron said he wants to retire, go fishing, go traveling. He said this is his last year. You don't believe him? This is it, Ron says. Thank you. You're fun. See ya. All right, Ron's store's for sale. Ron didn't want to be on camera. But here we go. End of the road, fuel stop, Copper Harbor. How you guys doing?
Good. I've seen your videos before.
Oh, thanks. How's the dirt biking?
Awesome. Yeah, it's pretty fun. We just rode out to the high point.
Oh, man, I just saw a mountain biker up there. I'm like, man, I wish I had time to mountain bike here.
It'd be fun. We do that too, but we brought our dirt bikes.
How's the dirt here?
On the way out, it's dusty at first and gets super tacky. You can just go.
Could you guys live out here full time?
I don't know about that.
Rough winters.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Northeast Tennessee, so I live in kind of a small town, but this is next level.
Oh, way next level from Northeast Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's like Bermuda down there, man. In the winter. She's great. What's that?
Have you been here in the winter?
No, I don't think I'll do that.
No? If you like to ride snowmobiles, it's the place to be.
I bet. See you guys. Thank you. Stores for sale. Live the dream. 2 winters will knock you off, but hey, for the right person, that could be cool. That's the view. All right, I think we'll get the full view up here. Yeah, there we go. Superior. So the history of the pasty, it was food for miners, because you can see how I'm grabbing it to eat in the mines when they were doing the dirty work, when they couldn't deal with a fork and knife or messy food. From my understanding, they developed the pasty. The Cornish, the Italians, the Irish, the Finnish, Slovaks, and a handful of others in there, in those mines, mining the copper to make the money to build this region. It's a gas station pasty. I bet he sells great gas and everything else, but not like the one I had in Saint Sue Marie. That was the real deal. But this isn't bad. I can't complain. Here we go. I'll show you what's inside. Meat, potatoes, carrots. It's get you through the day food. That's what this is. Actually not that bad. Tender meat. What a cool part of the country. I had no idea. Old world charm, massive, expansive landscapes, and most importantly, very cool people. Fun people, easy to talk to people, really enjoyable up in this part of the country. Guys, check out some of my other Yooper videos, which is below here. I've learned recently, this is copper country. Don't call the people here Yoopers. That's what I've learned. But other Yooper videos of Upper Peninsula, different perspectives, check those out. They'll be somewhere around on the screen here. Thanks for coming along on that journey. Until the next one.